Unfortunate situation taking place out in a city that we had booked tickets to go to. There are political protests, and the airport just canceled all flights for the next 2 days.
Yeah.
Well, we have a flight the very next day.
Critics say that the government's made a concerted effort to criminalize protests.
That's how we found out what was going on. Very violent upheavals. They had a long overnight ordeal.
Meanwhile, there have been more than 20 deaths as protests have spread.
Your flight is taxi. Your flight is taxi.
Okay, well, I would like to get that refunded, por favor. I wish I could express to you how much I like this place right now. It's just all first impressions, but it's gorgeous, it's pretty. There's this wonderful breeze coming off the ocean right now. That's the Pacific Ocean you was just looking at. And that's a nice cool breeze popping. Boy. Classic Rondell, boy. I'm loving this right now. I'm loving it right now. So, this is the video that we wanted to do. Unfortunately, circumstances demand more popular neighborhoods in this area.
We've been in Peru, specifically Lima, for about 2 weeks now, and it has been unfortunate that our trip has aligned with some serious political instability taking place in the country. As of Wednesday, the new president has declared a countrywide state of emergency as a result of the ousting of President Pedro Castillo and the subsequent violence and riots that have taken place. Under the state of emergency, there's also curfews that have been instituted in 15 regions within 8 provinces of Peru. We are currently safe. But as a result of clashes with protesters and police, at least 20 people have died.
Let me just give you a brief backdrop. In the 80s and 90s, there was an armed conflict here in Peru that saw over 60,000 people dead. And what we see here right now are kind of the remains of that conflict. In a city called Ayacucho is where that conflict emanated from, and we're seeing that that's where a lot of the protests are at as well. So we're excited to be in Peru. We arrived here, and one of the reasons we're excited to be here is because since Mexico, we have not been able to rent a place and then go travel throughout the country. We were doing that here. What's up, y'all? We're in a brand new city, doing those things that we always do, trying to find
accommodation.
That's right, man. So we get an Airbnb and then we look for a long-term solution while we're here. And we're going to view a couple of places, one this morning, one this evening, and we're late because of me. So, buenas. Stop for a second.
It really is because of him.
Really do love this. Love this city so far. We've only been here like 3 or 4 days, and it's a city!
Where we landed, this neighborhood is really cool, really walkable. It's exactly, well, it has a lot of the elements that we look for in a neighborhood.
But beyond that, yo, it's busy. It got food spots everywhere. And everybody else got someplace to be, and we don't matter. Nobody cares nothing about us. So I really like being anonymous in the city. Oh, that hat is cool. I see you playing. See you look like gold right there. All right, we're coming up on our place, you guys. We got high aspirations for this one. We're hoping that we can use this as a home base to explore the rest of the country from. Hola. What's the entrada? Go ahead, babe. If we can find a place that's affordable, clean, efficient, we can use that as a home base. Because I tell you, traveling around with our luggage is a hassle, boy. Is it Crato? We rented our Airbnb out for a month, and we were booking our tickets to get moving.
Yeah, we want to visit Cusco, we want to visit Machu Picchu,
Big
we
time.
want to check out Arequipa and a few other places around the country. So, you know, we got here, we were ready to go. So here's the story, right? I already got our flights to Cusco, and next up was getting our flights to Arequipa. Every time I tried to enter in the information, it wouldn't work. I got error message after error message. I thought, okay, maybe it's the card, switch the card. Thought maybe I need a VPN, put on the VPN. But still nothing happened. So I just thought, you know, let me go to sleep. In the morning, Rondell can take a look and, you know, see what's going on, maybe catch something that I missed.
And that's how we found out that there were mass riots and airport shutdowns in the country of Peru. So we jumped on with the airlines that morning, and we looked up Latam, and they're like, I thought maybe they canceled all service to Peru, but they're like, nope, just to this particular airport. And we're like, man, why would they do that? So we started digging into the news, and that's how we found out what was going on. Very violent upheavals. They had a long overnight ordeal. And yeah, that's how we found out what was going on here.
And so at this point, we're thinking, okay, there's a city near Cusco whose airport has shut down, but the Cusco airport was still open. We're now hearing Arequipa airport is shut down, so we're wondering, okay, this is probably going to make its way to Cusco.
Yep, that's when we connected the dots. It looked like the protests were strategically striking tourist locations. So it was in my mind like they were 100% on their way to Cusco. Do you hate when that happens? Because I hate when that happens. After I done went through and pushed all the right buttons, I'm getting connected to somebody and then they hang up on you? Yo. Go. I just want to find out how can we get my funds back or credit. That's a credit. So
Your flight is taxi. Your flight is taxi.
Okay, well I would like to get that refunded, por favor.
Yeah, but your flight is not taxi.
Correct, but it's politically unstable. So I don't see that change. I've been watching the news, so I kind of don't want to go, so I want to cancel that ticket.
Would you like me to cancel your flight right now?
Yes, both of them.
Oh,
At this point, you know, we felt, okay, you know, this is only going to continue to progress. So we called the airline that we booked to go to Cusco, and our tickets were still active. The airport had just given notice that they had shut down for a particular day. Our flight was the next day, and because it was supposed to be open, they would not refund our tickets. And I'm like, well, we probably still don't want to go if things are increasing.
We went back and forth with these guys, y'all. But anyway, we got our money back.
your refund is in process. Your return is canceled.
Okay, thank you so much for your help.
And we live to tell the story. Look, I'm gonna say the hand of God was on us that we didn't book that other flight too.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just interesting now because now there are people in Cusco who were trapped in Cusco because the airport was closed. They just opened that airport, I think, yesterday or the day before yesterday. But there are still a large amount of tourists who are stuck up in between Machu Picchu and Agua Calientes, who don't have a place to go.
Yeah, so if you want to go to Machu Picchu, you have to land in the city of Cusco and then either hike or take a train to Aguas Calientes, which is the base city of Machu Picchu. The only way to get there, again, hiking or train, but they suspended the train service from Cusco to Aguas Calientes, so that's why the people were stranded there in Aguas Calientes.
Look, I feel that calls for a whole conversation. Why do you guys think there's only a train going in and out of that area? It's one track, two different companies. One's a conglomerate. I think the other one's a conglomerate too. I'm not sure about Inca Rails. But it's just a money-making machine, you guys. And I wonder if any of that money is making it into the indigenous community. So how do we feel about this? Like where we are right now, we just went to grab us some Chinese food yesterday. Like everything is, I can't really stress this enough. Everything is peaceful, so please don't worry about us. Give us those prayers, we need them all. Because, you know, things could turn on a dime. Right now, since we've been here, things have gotten ratcheted up twice. So, you know, we are very well aware.
You know, what's happening, but the bigger picture is not about tourism. It's not about tourists or foreigners. It's about the Peruvian people who are letting their voices be known. There's dissent happening, and obviously there's change that people are pushing for. So I'm just hoping that even though there's a lot of dissent happening, that people are are safe.
I'm hoping that there's a peaceful outcome. And I'm hoping that democracy reigns, honestly. But we're going to take it back another step. Would you recommend people come to this country? Because I would definitely say no. If you have a ticket coming here, I would say stop now, and I'll tell you why in a moment.
I'm going to say, even though where we are, I feel completely safe, just because of what's happening in the country and because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, at this moment, I wouldn't recommend coming. I'd wait until things kind of clear up and die down.
Now, you guys will see. We're doing our reaction to Lima video because I'm gonna tell you, like, spoiler alert, this is a dope city.
Yeah.
This city is all of that. I mean, so far on our trek through Latin America, this is high up there. But not so much on the I would move here kind of ordeal because the stuff is happening right now.
It's hard because, you know, we've talked about our favorite cities, and this is probably one of my new favorite cities.
Before everything started happening, I was like, look, this is the joint right here, boy. I wish I could express to you how much I like this place right now. It's just all first impressions, but it's gorgeous, it's pretty. There's this wonderful breeze coming off the ocean right now. That's the Pacific Ocean you was just looking at. And that's a nice cool breeze popping. Boy. Classic Rondell, boy. I'm loving this right now. I'm loving it right now. One of the more popular neighborhoods in this area. What's it called again? Barranco. Beautiful neighborhood. Lots of traditional dishes are being served. Lots of mom and pop restaurantes. It's just you can tell the people vibe over here. So I'm liking the way that they max. I'm liking the way that they chill. But to be completely transparent with you, you know, when you're looking for a place to stay, a place to call home, you got to take a lot of different things into account. You know, cost of living, everybody knows that, walkability in the neighborhood, and all this other stuff. But political situation is high on the list. If COVID taught us one thing, it's to be politically aware of the countries that you are sitting in, because things could turn on a dime. Yeah. So a lot of people are saying, you know, you need to be more consciously aware when you're traveling. We did not see a president trying to dissolve Congress before we got here. That was not on our radar.
I mean, and it happened on, like, I don't know, our first week.
Day number 3 or 4. We're like, dang, did that just happen? And then he was out the next day. So there's something to be said about doing the research before you go someplace, knowing the history before you go someplace, and staying aware while you are in that place.
That's true. You know, being attached to reputable news resources and information so you can stay up to date with what's happening, being connected with people who have feet on the ground so you know the reality of what's taking place.
So, you know, for us, you know, just a little tidbit, like we listen to Al Jazeera, I watch BBC, every now and then, actually I watch all the little local spots at the house too. I just feel like they're all owned by one person. They all pretty much saying the same thing. Democracy Now! I watch those guys also. But you know,
I mean, and now that we're here in Lima,
we keep it local.
we're attached to. I think we're following the Lima airport Facebook page.
Oh yeah, we all up on Twitter,
they have
Facebook.
A whole bunch of information that's coming out. For U.S. citizens, you can sign up for the Safe Traveler Enrollment Program called STEP, which essentially registers your trip with the local embassy or consulate, and they send out updates if there's something that you need to know about where you are.
And they help you to get moved if you need to get out of a place. You know, you can contact your local embassy.
Yeah.
So that being said, again, you guys, we ain't moving around this country. We're not moving around this country. It's safe here. They have fortified this city. They've called in tons of troops, and they fortified this city. So this is the city we're gonna hang out in.
We're gonna hang out in Lima while we can, and we'll probably be leaving in a few weeks.
So I gotta say, our impressions of this place are definitely affected by what's going on.
Yeah, the political unrest definitely carries a tint and a cloud over our experience, and over, you know, what it's like to be in Peru, because it's not just that. There's a lot of great things here.
I want to keep it 100. Keep it 100, man. $150 with you guys. I'm sad. I'm effing sad. I've been wanting to come to Peru to hit Machu Picchu and do the different things that I want to do here for a long time. Cusco is a beautiful place from everything that I've researched and everything else. I want to get there, but it ain't happening this trip. And coming to terms with that, it's kind of breaking my heart. All right.
So what we are doing is making the most of the time we have in Lima, which honestly we are blown away by. And even though there is unrest happening here, that really won't stop me from coming back. I'm loving what I'm seeing so far in Lima, and I definitely want to check out other parts of the country when we're able to.
Don't get me wrong. I have not seen too many people come to this country and hit up Lima and tell us that Lima's the place to be, but it's the place to be. We will be back. This is an awesome city. I mean, this city got it going on squared. We've only really parlayed in 3 barrios, but in those 3 barrios, there's everything that I wanted. For real, I'm so serious. Beach, sunshine, beautiful coastal views, skyrise apartments, beautiful things to do, clubs, pubs, restaurants, malls. I mean, a lot of culture, museums, a lot of culture, a lot of history are wrapped inside of the city here in Lima, and we're going to enjoy showing it to you and give you guys a preview of it all while this madness is going on.
So, stay tuned.
Peace and love, y'all. See you in the next video.